Hey everyone, my name is Deneen White, and I am the host of the Coffee in the Green Room podcast. Today, we are doing a very special podcast here live in studio, and I have the one and only Miss Alycia Kaback here today. Alycia, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you, Deneen. Where is our coffee? We're in a green room. I mean, seriously, we've got a penguin in here.
I know.
What's happening?
Okay, so let's introduce the guest of honor. His name is Cannonball. So the reason his name is Cannonball is the name of our parent company is Power Penguin Productions, and all of our talent got together. And I tried to get them to name the penguin.
Yeah.
So they were like throwing out all these really cool names. And for us, 2024 is a year of action. And for a lot of people, when they're doing things, they kind of dip their toe in the water. And I was like, you know what? I don't want us to dip our toe in the water. I want this to be a year where we dive in wholeheartedly. So we came up with the name Cannonball because we're not diving in, we're cannonballing into 2024. And that's why our first podcast is here live in studio.
Okay.
All right, Alycia. So I get to put you on the hot seat today. I am so excited.
Is this thing on? Hello.
Awesome. All right.
Can't do that on Zoom.
That is, well, they do all the time. But anyway,
not here.
That's why being live in studio is so much better.
Much fun. Okay.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
One of the things that you are is a master networker. Like, you're excellent at getting talent signed, at getting talent on set, at really accelerating the results of actors, models, and musicians. But when you are live in person with people, you ask questions that I would never even think about asking. Can you talk a little bit about like why you ask questions to people? Like it's not to get something out of them, but it's to learn from them. So what is it that you're trying to learn when you're asking them those questions?
Honestly, when we first started this business, we had zero credibility. We didn't even know anybody in this business.
Mm-hmm.
And my belief was if they heard our story and they heard our why, maybe they would lend their credibility to us just by showing transparency. So the one thing we try to do is find the hot button. What is their story? How did they get into the industry? What do they wish somebody told them? Aha moments. And I'll tell you what, when you could delve into like backstories and show them that like their story matters to you, then all of a sudden they like open up. And I think a lot of people show up to like dinner parties. Like I'll never forget one of the very first big networking events I ever went to, talk about Cannonball, where you kind of just like jump right in. And it was for the vice president, a former VP of Viacom, who started VH1. And it was so nerve-wracking. We had zero, like we've never even done anything before.
Mm-hmm.
And just trying to go in there and just be like, hey, my name is, you can't go in there expecting anything.
Yeah.
You have to be real.
Yeah.
And, you know, Al Pacino told me something, and I hate to name drop, but I'm going to.
Okay.
When we met the first time, he said to me, watch everyone, even on a Zoom, watch everyone, even when they walk into a room. They say a million things about them before one spoken word.
Yeah, it's so true.
It's so true.
Yeah.
And, you know, whether you're trying to get into Hollywood or entrepreneurship, the way you carry yourself, even on Zoom, matters.
Yeah.
It matters. But you have a story to tell. And sometimes if you're lucky, people actually want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you very much. That's a great segue because something that we're working on now is a company called VisionCraft.
So exciting.
And the reason that we're doing that is we network with so many people. Like we network with people like Greg Reed, Les Brown,
Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins. I recently had the opportunity to meet with Mitzi Perdue. I mean, we network on a high level. And covered the bird's ears on that one.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
He's a penguin.
But
he doesn't have to worry.
It's fine.
Still. But the thing is that when you talk to people who have the highest level of success, they have their stories down. Like if you go up to Les Brown, he could tell you his story.
So sweet.
And you understand it. And one thing that we've found is that a lot of entrepreneurs, they're not as adept at telling their story.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, and you know this as well as I do, there are ways that you can tell your story that make people want to work with you. And we saw a huge gap in the industry because we go to these networking events and we're like, okay, hi, how are you? Can you tell me what you do? And they're like, yeah, so I'm a high level performance coach. And we're like,
and it's 30 minutes in and you're like, okay,
but it's not,
Yeah.
And it's 30 minutes, but you still don't know
No idea.
what they do,
No idea.
why they do it,
No idea.
like what they stand for, what their why is.
I've seen PowerPoints like that where people have actually been on stage and I'm still waiting for it.
Yeah, like, hi, can you tell us what you do and why you're here?
It's like Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like watching a movie on Netflix. It's like, okay, where are we going with this?
It is.
Because I would change the channel really fast.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, when you're watching a movie and when you're watching a movie, right? If it's like, hey, boy meets girl, they fall in love, game over. You're like,
it was all perfect.
Shh. Like, you don't want to watch that story. You don't want to engage in it.
Yeah,
it's the same way with people and businesses. Because I don't know about you, but I like to do business with people that I know. I know their stories. Like, why are you doing this?
like I want to know the problem and I want to know what you did to overcome it.
Yeah,
because that would help me.
Yeah,
yeah. Which is why we watch movies.
Yeah, it's why we watch movies. It's why we talk to people. It's why we ask people questions. So the one thing that we saw a gap in the industry in general, not just in Hollywood, obviously, but with entrepreneurs, business owners, and coaches, is that they're unable to share their story. So
people don't buy products, they buy you.
Yeah.
So if your story isn't compelling, then no one wants to do business with you.
Yeah.
And it's true. Everything about that totally makes sense.
Yeah, because again, like, you've overcome so many obstacles to get where you are today. Starting out with nothing,
going from waitress to the Tony Awards, like going from
that
nothing.
should be the name of your first book, From Waitress to Tony Awards. But the thing is if that was your whole book, that would be boring.
Yeah,
right?
they'd be like, and segue.
And next.
Yeah.
Like, why should we even read this book? But like, when you talk about your obstacles, do you find that people are more drawn to you? Because I think that's why VIP Ignite is so successful, because you share so many stories with people that are relatable to them.
Yeah. And it's not just, I really want to say this, like whenever I do a live call, I'm a little bit hard on people. I'm very blunt and I'm very assertive because I wish somebody explained this business the way we've learned. And it was through trial and error, falling down many of times.
Yeah.
And learning how to get back up. I mean, through the worst case scenario. So now, 20 years later, and you know, Tony Robbins says this all the time, you get rewarded in public for kicking butt in private. So your story has to show that you're relatable.
Yeah.
It has to show everyday struggles that other people are going through. And you really have to show you're not some magical unicorn that like just had everything handed to you. And I think it's so important. And again, I know, like, especially for us, because we have worked with so many entrepreneurs and we do have that like showbiz edge. Like, show business is hard.
Yeah.
It is really super difficult to get in. And so, but there's a formula.
Yeah.
And so even like entrepreneurship, we kind of saw like the same stuff. It's a cycle. And a lot of people are just watching on the sidelines or they're just imitating each other.
Yeah.
And you see it like like cookie cutter, like control F and then control like.
We joke around about that. We're like, oh, guess what the theme of the week is? Everyone's doing
We're literally taking screenshots. This is this person. Oh, look at that. 5 seconds later, this is this person. I'm like, it's already old.
Stop.
What are you
just
doing?
Stop. Yeah.
It's like AI generated cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah,
you've got to be real.
Yeah.
Just like in Hollywood, you've got to be real. Computers will never replace humans, ever.
No, they won't. So that's why we started VisionCraft, because we want to help entrepreneurs tell their authentic story. Because you know what? Like, the days of us doing AI generated content, I mean, people can already see through that. And even the algorithms like on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And
everybody's just reposting the same stuff.
Yeah, they're reposting the same thing. But the algorithms can literally see, hey, this is the same crap that this person did. And no one wants to hear that anymore.
Insert company name here.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the reason we're starting VisionCraft is because we saw a correlation between what we see in Hollywood and the stories that we all love. Like, when I think of stories that I love, I think of like the Lord of the Rings, Bilbo Baggins. He's like, no, I don't want to do it. No, 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 don't make me leave the Shire. Then he goes and he comes back completely transformed. And I don't know about you, but that was a long movie.
Yeah.
And I know I watched every minute of it. Same thing with like the Harry Potter series, right? 8 movies, and each one of them you could say is kind of the same because they follow a pattern. But if you are an entrepreneur and you are someone who's like, okay, you know what? Like, I want to get more clients. I want to work with people that I like. You have to be able to tell your story in a way
captivating.
Yeah.
For people who want to hear it.
It has to be captivating. It has to be magnetic also, because the stories that you tell are going to draw in the people that you want to work with.
That's true.
Because I mean, I know I know that I like working more with people I like. Right? I mean, so as an entrepreneur, why would you not want to attract people that you would like? And the one way to do that is by telling your story. And like you said, there is a framework that's been
tried and
true. It's called the hero's journey. And that's something that we're going to work.
13 different steps.
Yeah, 13 different steps. And that's something we're going to work with entrepreneurs to start developing that, because again, I'm so tired of hearing the same story, like you said. But okay, I'm going to take out your name and put my name in here and this. But why not be authentic? Why not let people know who you really are? Because like, I know the reason that a lot of people like working with VIP Ignite, and that's why we started VisionCraft, was because when you share your story, they're like, I can understand this. Like, you went to school, you were a double major, you came out of school and you thought, you know what?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do great things. I spent a lot of money and time. I'm deserving. And that's how a lot of people feel when they like start a business.
Yeah.
I paid my dues. I'm going to do what everybody else is doing. And there is none of that. There is no cookie cutter when it comes to business.
Yeah.
Like you have to, like, it's almost like surfing.
Yep.
No adventure is ever going to be the same.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to add something really quickly. You know, Hollywood is a beast and everybody goes out there, you know, prepared with headshots and all this good stuff. And it's kind of like creating a business. Everybody has these websites and they think what they're doing is enough.
Yep.
You got to be proactive. And, you know, honestly, even driving here, I was listening to Hero's Journey over and over and over again through all these different mediums. And it's great, but there's something that Hollywood does really well that could be translated to business.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean you're quoting your favorite Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, or you could go over Star Wars, you know, for all the fanatics. But there's definitely something to be said about entrepreneurs that learn how to use the hero's journey, but actually tweak it. I mean, this is a whole new era we're in now. And, you know, this is crazy to think that the hero's journey, and there's so many different ways to do it, but there's definitely one clear-cut way that's going to stand apart from the rest.
Yeah. So that's why we developed VisionCraft, and we're really excited to be. This is kind of like the inaugural announcement of what we're doing here, and we're going to go through a lot more. We're going to do some more podcasts and explain more about what we're doing. But there is something I'm really excited about too, and I'm going to have to get to it. So, yeah, I'm excited about a lot of things. But one of the things I'm really excited about too is that I think that everyone needs something to strive for.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I mean, money is great.
Money is amazing.
Money is awesome.
Money is amazing. But the thing is that when we're looking to work with people, and we'll go more in detail into this later, but we want to work with people that want to make an impact.
Yeah.
Something that we do at VIP Ignite that we're definitely going to carry over to VisionCraft is that we give back to the community wherever we are. Yeah. For example, Operation Underground Railroad. Human trafficking is one of my causes. I learned about this years ago when I was in Mexico. I met a little girl who was trafficked, and I had no idea.
Can't wait the story.
We're not
waterproof mascara. We're not going to go. We're not going to go over that story today.
We're not going to go over to that story today, but I'll definitely share it later. But when I met her, I didn't even know this was a thing. And then we had the opportunity to meet Tim Ballard, who runs Operation Underground Railroad. And
the movie Sound of Freedom was based on him.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I saw that.
So talk about Hollywood helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to work with people who are impact driven too. So if you
ask him his why.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So we're looking to work with impact driven entrepreneurs, coaches, business leaders, business owners, because we're here to leave an impact on Earth. We're here because we're not here by accident. We're here on purpose.
Yeah.
And we want to work with people who want to live on purpose, who want to be able to share their story, who are willing.
It's a different breed. I really want to say this. A lot of people that don't have that entrepreneurship, they can't talk to people like us because we're so passionate about what we do because we know what works.
Yeah.
And there are some people that like repel.
Yeah,
And that's fine. We don't even want to help those people.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're looking to help people tell their stories, be authentic, people who are impact driven. Because if you're listening to this podcast and you know that you're here for a purpose and you want more leads, I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I love making an impact in the world, and I used to have this fear of making too much money. Okay.
It's a horrible thing, Deneen.
I know. You know what? It's a past thing. It's not a present thing. What I learned from one of my mentors, Myron Golden, was like, listen, he said, listen, you can't make an impact if you're broke.
That's
right?
true.
So the reason I'm saying this is because we want to work with people who want to make an impact. Yeah. We want to work with people who want to earn money. Of course, you want to do great things for your family. You want to do great things for your community, but you want to give back on a bigger level. So something that when you are a part of Tony Robbins, like you become a Plat when you are in his highest level of partnership with him, you become a platinum partner, right? So you're Plats. I have lots of Plat friends all over the world. It's pretty amazing, right? Plats. And then when you are in ClickFunnels, you're a funnel hacker, right?
Or a 2 comma club.
2 comma club. Yeah. That's an identity. And the cool thing about like being a part of ClickFunnels is like you win that 2 comma club award.
Which we've won many times.
Multiple.
And actually we just submitted for our 10X
award, right? So the thing is that people love getting rewarded for making an impact too. And so there's something that we're going to be announcing today, and I have to figure out how to get to it. But we have an award that we're going to give out. So when people start working with VisionCraft, we have something that is called hold on.
Okay, well, you're getting that. I'm going to tell a quick story.
I'm going to try. I don't even know how to get down here, but we're going to figure this out.
Just move the microphone, Deneen. You've got this.
Is it okay to move the microphone?
This is part of the blooper reel. But you know, one crazy thing is when we first joined ClickFunnels, I didn't even understand what a 2 comma club was until we actually won it the next year. I never thought it was achievable. And when that thing is on the wall every single morning, no matter, even if you're having the worst day, you're like, I got this today. I got this.
Yeah.
And now that we just submitted our 10X for 10 million, oh my gosh. So that means that whatever we did right that first year, that we've amplified it. We've learned tried and true what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that we had to cut out and tweak.
Yeah.
But it's a formula. And so I'm so excited for somebody to never have to go through what we went through and save people hours and years and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah. So Deneen, what is behind this amazing piece of cardboard?
So this is a prototype of an
drum
award.
Roll, please.
This is a prototype of an award we're going to be giving to people. It's called Membership into the Impact Innovators for earning $100,000 for using the VisionCraft method.
Whoa.
So for anyone that becomes a part of VisionCraft and earns $100,000, we're going to be giving you one of these awards, and we're really excited. So cool. And the reason we're sharing this now, is because one of the tenets that I live by is that you always want to start where you want to finish. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that when you become a part of VisionCraft, it's our goal for you to be successful. Yeah. We have a vested interest in you becoming successful. So we're going to reward you right from the start and give you something to strive for. So we're really excited. How excited are you about this new venture?
I'm freaking out. I'm so excited about it because, you know, Hollywood has changed. It's changed me dramatically.
It's changed me dramatically too.
Oh my gosh. I used to have such a fear of public speaking.
Yeah.
Especially when you're brand new. Everyone, it's kind of like Mean Girls. That's how I felt a little bit. And, you know, I felt as though when I started to network and I really started to learn the ins and outs, it was really just about confidence. I lacked confidence in myself.
Yeah.
And our product is far superior than anything else on the planet. So why not apply that to entrepreneurship and show people what works and what doesn't work? Because it's tried and true.
Yeah.
Tried and true by some of the biggest, most smartest people on the planet. And we've hired the best.
Yes, we have.
So
we just wanted to get on here together to announce this. We're really excited.
Yay.
Please stay tuned to Coffee in the Green Room because we are going to be doing more podcasts like this.
Bringing coffee.
Hopefully live in studio as well. This is pretty cool.
I know somebody.
Yeah, so this is so much cooler than being on Zoom. So make sure that you subscribe to Coffee in the Green Room. And I want you to understand when you're in Coffee in the Green Room, we have those conversations that you have in the green room, behind the scenes, not the ones that you have in front of the stage. So that's why it's so important to be here. So make sure you stay tuned. And
Thank you, Cannonball.
Yes, thank you, Cannonball.
What a great co-host.
You were an amazing co-host. You added so much.
Yeah, so much value today.
Awesome. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And make sure you hit subscribe on Coffee in the Green Room, because not only are Alycia and I going to be doing more podcasts, hopefully I'll get Michael Famkin on a podcast soon too.
He's a hard one to book.
Yeah,
Number one book right now on Amazon. He's hard.
I know. He's hard.
Yeah,
Yep. So make sure you keep tuned in, and
I'm excited for the future.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this, that could be yours.
Yep.
Come get it.
Welcome to 2024. We're cannonballing in for your success.
Woo! You can't do that on Zoom.
Nope. Awesome. Okay. All right. So make sure you hit subscribe, and we will see you next time on Coffee in the Green Room. Thank you for being here.
Bye.